Hey everybody and welcome. It's Saturday, July 16th. We got a few things on the schedule today, so let's get started. For all of you who don't watch my regular vlog, well, this one's going to be a bit more frequent, but the other one's my regular vlog. If you don't watch that, check my pants. There's going to be, realize this one over. Check my pants, there's going to be a link. It's on my other channel that I share with my two friends. They have vlogs also where they one goes on Monday, one goes on Wednesday, and I'm on Friday. So check me out every Friday and check them out on the other days. Last Thursday, not this past Thursday, the one before it, a week and 2 days ago, I talked about this mental list I have of things I need to buy once I get a job and once I get money. Something I've added to the list, and I'm saying this for my the viewers of my regular vlog and JT and Cullen, I added editing software. Today I would like to talk about the judicial system. There's such things as good guys and bad guys. Now we all know this, but how do you decipher between them? I know what you're saying to yourself right now. A good guy follows good morals. The bad guy has bad morals, and he does illegal things. Now, the judicial system says that if you break the law, you're a bad guy. Not necessarily. If it's for a good reason, or you're being framed, or what have you. If you kill someone, you're a bad person. If you rob somewhere, you're a bad person. Whether or not, if you do it for good reasons, which I don't think ever happened, I think that's just in movies and TV shows. But if there's someone out there who's robbing a bank or something because they desperately need money for their daughter's operation or whatever your reason is, Sandman, then you got cops. Cops are basically a net. Here's the bad guy. Well, to them, you're the antagonist and they're the protagonist, okay? And they're the net, and they catch you and they bring you in and they put you in a cage. So here you are in your little cage. And then you go to court. Lawyers are just a shield. Aren't lawyers supposed to uphold the law? Who does uphold the law? They defend whoever pays them. Then we have the judges. Judges are very strict. They sit there and they listen. They're like, yeah, you seem like a good guy, but you did break some rules, so let's I can't just let you go. Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens. Who says what's right and what's wrong? Why do we have to let them decide? And yes, you might say, wow, you're an idiot. I don't know, JT is sighing and wishing he wasn't my friend right now. Next topic is the talking trees. Now, before I get started, a lot of you are going to think I'm going crazy. I sort of think so myself, but I've been told if you know you're crazy, then you're not crazy. Each morning, I go outside, and I can hear the owls in the trees. You know what they sound like? Yeah. I look up, and I know exactly what tree it's coming from, and I can tell exactly where it's coming from. I've gone around the neighborhood, and I don't see any owls. But I look up, and there's nothing there. I've come to the conclusion that it's the trees making these noises and they're taunting me and they're trying to talk to me. And the weirdest thing is, last night at about 2 in the morning they were doing it. It was a bunch of them all around the neighborhood. I was going insane. They're taunting me. The trees are yelling at me and I was yelling at them out the window. My window's wide open and I was yelling, shut up, shut up, shut up. So that's the talking trees. 3 more things and they all combine into one. These last 3 parts are about Through the Wormhole. I'm a very big fan of the show Doctor Who. You know, the guy who time travels. It's been going on for maybe 40, 50 years. And in a lot of shows they try to time travel and they try to explain it, but they never can. I was thinking about it and thinking about it, and I had started coming up with conclusions on how time works. And then I read a quote from the character Caboose from Red versus Blue. Caboose states that time isn't made of lines, it's made of circles, that's why clocks are round. Yes, that is nonsense to make Caboose sound stupid, but think about it. Say this represents the timeline. See these circles? These circles represent 1 second in time. This circle's 1 second, this circle's 1 second, this circle's 1 second. Now, it's on a loop. It happens over and over again. And this is 1 point in time. Time never moves forward. Now, as humans, we perceive time on this side, going around this side of the loop. And we move up, and we go over the bumps, and 1 bump is a second. But what we never see is when it loops back around and happens again. All you have to do when you time travel, sit in that second and wait for it to start looping back around, and then you just follow it back, which is antimatter, in which time seems to be moving backwards, but it is actually forwards. For antimatter, it's actually forwards. Think of it like a conveyor belt. We go on this one side, and then you go back in time, just sit down and let it loop around and bring you back. And that's how time travel works. Now, Morgan Freeman asked the question if time exists. I don't know. But, after piecing together what I know and what I learned from the episode, is what I came up with. Now, if this doesn't make sense to you, let me know. I'll try to explain it better. If it does, good. If you're like, you're a dumbass, please go away. Leave your flaming fingers off that keyboard. Don't leave me any comments. In my mind. Because my mind's all screwed up and I'm not sure whether reality is real or TV is real. But on TV this would make sense. Next part. The 4th dimension. This line is 1 dimension. Now, this box is 2 dimensions. It goes up and down, and it goes side to side. Now this box is 3 dimensions, because it goes up and down, side to side, and it comes out of you. It goes backward and forward. In my hand I hold space. It's a point in the universe. Now, if I start here, and I go up, that's 1 dimension. It's a line. If I go side to side, it's 2 dimensions. If I fill up my hand, that's 3 dimensions. Where else is it going to go? It can't go anywhere else in space. After watching through the wormhole, it was theorized, and the show concluded, dimensions are about volume. And if I fill up the volume of my hand, it can't go anywhere else but out, which would still be 3D. So where's it going to go? Say my hand is a point in space. That's not a hand, it's just a point in space. You know, like outer space. Just where there's nothing. If I go over the camera, and I move my hand away, doesn't it sort of look like it's one solid object? It just curves around. If you look closely, there's my hand. Now, you see those little cracks? That's where it goes. That's where it expands to. Space is full of quadrillions of tiny, tiny lines. String theory says that there's 9 dimensions. As humans, we can only see 3 of them. We're trying to detect a 4th one now. And this is what I came up with. Because this box is a piece of space. And the atoms and molecules that make up this paper are little spheres. As we all know, spheres don't fit together perfectly. There are tiny, tiny holes. That is the 4th dimension. That's where things expand to. As we would see, say my pen, all of a sudden, starts expanding into the fourth dimension. As you would see it, there'd be nothing there. But all it did was grow and grow into the tiny, tiny holes in between the lines. And that's the fourth dimension. The last thing, the sixth sense. What parts of your body do you use the most? You use your hands, your mouth, your nose, your eyes, and your ears. So that's where your five senses come from. The biggest thing on your body that you would use is your brain. So the sixth sense is this connection, like magnetic waves that we, and it's sort of been proven, magnetic waves that we send to one another. So you know that funny feeling you get when you feel like someone's watching you? That's because their brainwaves are transmitting, and you feel that, but they're not saying, hey, I'm staring at you. You just get this feeling in your head, and you turn around and someone's staring at you. There's also the example of, love at first sight. It's just a connection you get, when two magnets are pulled together. That's sort of what it is, except, we can't be physically pulled together by magnetism unless you're made of metal or wearing a giant magnet. Your brain's sort of like the Shel Silverstein book, The Missing Piece. Now your brain needs to find this missing piece, and then they'll fit together perfectly, and they'll lock tight. So that's everything I had to say. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you some other time. I don't know if I have a regular schedule or not. It might be every Saturday. Keep watching my channel because I'll have other videos up of funny skits or readings of my poems or my novel. So just check back in. See you guys later.